So the Steven Seagal album, it's crazy because like it plays like what I would describe as party of five music that they would play during an emotional scene, and then they come to a song called "My God," where he sings with Stevie Wonder about how his God is better than other gods. And then it shifts into a reggae album. It's awful.
What I just, for lack of a better phrase, walked into right now.
Yeah.
That didn't even that was almost like reggaeton.
Yeah.
It was more like bombastic than I expected because like when you said Steven Seagal did reggae, I was expecting like white Southern California reggae. But that was more like I don't know. I like that more than I expected. I didn't hear his voice. I need to hear his voice.
Yeah.
But
So
I
do you want me to play a little clip here?
No,
Just like a little
I
snippet?
want you to play Lollipop.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Let's start with his first song.
Okay. Here we go. Like.
She was created a little lower than the angels.
That's not him, right?
No, you'll know when it's him.
You see me, I say, my God, lollipop. My girl, lollipop.
There he is.
You make my heart go giddy up. You are as sweet as candy.
Now here comes the real part.
I mean, but this isn't Steven Seagal. This is,
No.
This is just music.
All right, you can pause it now before we get copyright.
No,
struck.
that's how I was talking. You got to talk during those things.
So,
That was wild.
How did that
that
feel?
was featuring a real person. That was featuring an actual reggae artist, I'm assuming.
yeah, I think so. I don't know who. He's not good at crediting other people that aren't Stevie Wonder.
Stitchy? No, that's not it.
I mean, that was wild.
Did you like it?
No.
Were you having a good time?
Yeah,
No.
Why not?
No one could like
What's
it.
funny is I'm kind of mad that he didn't fully commit to it.
Well, like,
You know, like
how so?
did he walk so that Chet Hanks can run, or do we even need to acknowledge him here?
So the song that you jumped into this with us dancing to is called Strut, where he does kind of lean into the patois a little more while he sings about the punani.
He wants
Does
a
he
punani.
say the word? Does he say punani?
Okay.
All right, hold
Yeah,
on. Wait. I was gonna move on, but we can't now.
I might have to bring that back into the
All right.
And I
into the
promise this will
vocabulary.
fit into our theme.
Mr. Steven Seagal, fly down to Jamaica and say one.
He says it pretty early on, if I remember right.
Yeah, she says it and then he says it, I think.
Yeah.
Girl, would you really rock down there?
Me want the body if you make me feel nice. Why?
Yeah.
Tell me what you really want all night.
Me want the bananas if you make me
Me
nice.
want the body, him want the punani. I'm more nice. So,
The next line of that song is, when the girl struts by, you can look at your butt, but you can look at her butt, but you shouldn't do that.
Hey, listen, we're laughing, we're having a good time, but that's dance hall culture. You know, you referencing the punani is like that's dance hall culture. We just don't understand like Steven Seagal does.
I know two things.
Yeah.
I know that that's objectively bad music, and two, I know it's not for me. It might be for someone.
I mean, here's the thing. Like in Steven Seagal's hit, "My God," he acknowledges that he's part of every religion, and I think that he thinks he's part of every culture, and that's why his God is bigger. He gets it all. There's no like limits to his power. He can do and say what he wants.
You know, I will say I think that the music was actually fine. The features are fine. But there's something about the way he's like croons that you can like see his face doing it, and it doesn't look fun.
No, and the album cover is him staring steely-eyed straight at you, holding a guitar while wearing a big turquoise ring. And yeah, I noticed
Which does not interpret.
What?
It does not interpret to the music.
No, not at all.
None of this has to do with crystals. Like the entire album, to bring it back, is songs from the Crystal Cave.
Yes, because that album was made in 2004, right around when that huge Mexican crystal cave was discovered.
Yeah.
And so I guess that inspired Steven Seagal to make a reggaeton album.
Well, I mean, he's a crystal guy, right? Like he's into crystals.
Big time. He's a big time crystal guy.
Yeah.
Do you think if this was a few years later, it would have been like songs from the mine the guys are trapped in? Because that was what was happening in pop culture at the time.
Oh God, I'm trying to think of like what kind of pedo song he would sing to get with Elon Musk. Didn't he call those guys pedophiles?
I don't
the whole thing.
I don't know. I don't actually know much about Steven Seagal, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I know that he was under siege twice.
Yeah.
But other than that, not really. He's good at judo.
No, he's not.
Well, I mean, I don't want to speak out of hand, and unfortunately, my only exposure to judo really is Steven Seagal. Maybe he is good at judo, but maybe judo's not great.
So I knew that he used to be like a martial arts instructor.
Like he became an action star for a reason, right? Like it wasn't they just found a guy. Like he had to be good at one point, right?
I think I have a lot of Steven Seagal, like anti-Steven Seagal bias because I'm a huge Jean-Claude Van Damme fan, and they famously beefed. Jean-Claude Van Damme offered him $20 million to fight him, and Steven Seagal said no because he probably wouldn't beat the muscles from Brussels.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. But also, you're talking about like an action star versus like a goat.
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme is a goat, you know? Like you said, I know I grew up with Steven Seagal movies. I can imagine him snapping necks in my head. But when it came to naming them, I really could only think of Under Siege.
Yeah, Glimmer Man.
We watched Glimmer Man, didn't we?
I don't think so. No. We watched Double Team. The Dennis Rodman Van Damme movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's Van Damme. Yeah.
That's not Steven Seagal.
No, I think were you thinking that was Glimmer Man?
No, Glimmer. I remember Glimmer Man. He was like an assassin that was trying to get out of the game. If I remember right.
To those he pursued, he was known only as the Glimmer Man. They'd see nothing but shadows. Then a glimmer. Then he's always followed his own path and worked alone until now.
Mr. Lovebeads, you're gonna have to seek higher enlightenment somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm a hard pass on most Steven Seagal. So
I mean, like, yeah, it's amazing he got to do what he did, and I think it was the power of crystals. I think he was able to manifest himself into this position of sexual vigor and power.
Oh, Glimmer Man had Keenan Ivory Wayans in it.
that's who he was in Glimmer Man with?
Is that why you confused?
That's why you confuse him. That's why, you know, it's when the tandems, whenever you have the,
Shit.
you know, the unlikely black-white tandem. Yeah, that's two different movies, unfortunately.
Now I got to see Glimmer Man. Oh, speaking of sexual vigor, Steven Seagal in the Epstein Files, by the way.
No way.
Wait, is it for being associated with Stevie Wonder and hating Israel? Because that'd be cool.
No, it's for investing in Jeffrey Epstein's hotel property. So,
All right.
that's just who it is. That's what we're doing now, I guess.
Yeah.
There, fine. Play the theme song.
Yeah, I was a bit lost there for a second.
Yeah. I'm excited. Not really, but
It feels so weird.
I don't like it. Hey, welcome to Hate Speech, podcast about hating things. I'm Tyler. Over there's Nate.
Yeah, and we should have introduced Tony. I feel like we just kind of jumped into things.
Yeah,
Hi, Tony.
coming back to the hate arena. One Tony Boswell. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, you kind of just like threw me in the ice cold water that was Steven Seagal reggaeton.
Yeah, and it's only tangentially related because of the guy Crystal Energy, because we're going to explore some male crystal energy.
I mean, yeah, I feel like Steven Seagal has command over the crystals. And
Can you really command a crystal?
You can pour energy into a crystal. We're learning things.
We're learning.
And to kick this off, we wanted to pick the most crystal wine.
Yeah, the most crystal wine we could.
Crystal coated wine that we could find, which is this plastic bottle of Be Lightly.
You'll notice a 50% off sticker.
Like I remember how upset I was that there's just like this plastic bottle of wine. It feels wrong.
It doesn't
That
smell
whole
good.
bottle's fucked. Like, why is it slim?
Well, because it's for the ladies.
Is it even good for standing?
Not really.
No, it's bad at everything.
It's very off center.
Maybe it is designed to like put in one's long like pocket.
Yeah. I could fit this in my Jinkos from middle school. But we should say this is recycled plastic.
cool.
So
we're being good for the environment.
we're being very good today.
How is it? Tell me about the terroir.
Well, it tastes
God.
like ass. No, like it tastes chemically. It tastes like plastic. Because I was wondering, like, there's a reason why they don't put wine in these things. I mean, I don't know. I guess bagged wine, box wine is the thing. The vibes are off.
Yeah, it's bitter. Which for I don't know if Chardonnay should be this bitter.
No. That's a shame.
God, we're gonna have to drink it all though.
Yeah, probably.
That's something you just got to make a spritzer with it now.
Yeah. No.
You know, just get like a. You can't do a LaCroix. It's not going to do the job. It's got to be like a Splendriff.
Yeah, that's.
Throw it on top.
So what crystal should I throw in the Chardonnay to clarify it? To make it
you
good?
can't put some crystals in your
Why not?
liquids.
I
know you crave a crystal elixir. We're
on.
not even there yet.
Okay.
So today I jumped into Tony's DMs and I was like, "Hey, do you know anyone that hates crystals?" And Tony said, "Boy, I hate crystals."
I do.
I remember you talking about that because, like, when we left it off with Hamilton, we were talking about crystals for some reason, and you had a bit of a history there.
Yeah, I've been exposed to crystals a little more than I'd like. Most recently, I did date a self-described witch.
We all have, right?
A white witch.
Okay.
I should have said that part. She was a flavor of white though. I'll give her that. And that was interesting. That went really weird. It ended in me having to kind of confront her for kind of stalking me, even though we were dating. That was kind of weird. And then also because me and my daughter's mother, she decided we want to do a home birth, which I think is a great thing. I think that's fine. I think it's good. I'm really happy we did it. We had a wonderful experience. But because of that demographic, got exposed to a lot of woo-woo stuff. Like it's that thing where you go to the classes and you kind of like you got to use your own logic to embrace what is probably good and real, which is mostly about like advocacy and just like maybe not depending so much on like medication or whatever. But then you kind of be like, okay, but we're still gonna do vaccinations, and we're gonna not have you like douche with an herbal sack.
Yeah, I mean,
so a lot of exposure to that particular type of woo woo crystal type beat.
Did you smudge the room?
Did I smudge the room?
Were you big into smudging at the time?
I would have been if maybe I was like indigenous and it was part of my culture. Did I burn some incense after? Did I burn some incense after smoking a blunt in the house? Absolutely. In that sense,
because
I do
incense
believe
smell
in
good.
purifying it. Yeah, I do believe in purifying the room in that sense.
I have an admission. I like the smell of patchouli. I like the smell of incense.
Yeah.
I like the smell of Stargate, the hippie crystal store that we went into.
Brave.
Yeah, no, it's a good smell. I don't know what maybe it's just like my Pacific Northwest root, where it just like I grew up around those smells, and now that makes me think of home.
Let's talk about your root chakra. Let's not continue, Tony. Sorry.
Those smells are usually all good smells, but what it is somebody had an experience with somebody who didn't know how to they didn't realize that patchouli does not take place of a bath.
Right.
You know, that's where those negative things about things like patchouli come from. It's like, no, those are genuinely pleasant smells. You know, who doesn't love a little dragon's blood?
Yeah, but also like they're there to cover up other smells. I know how that works.
Yeah, like since we grew up in Oregon, we have this thing here called the Oregon Country Fair, which is like the biggest hippie festival in the country, probably world, that happens every year. It's been happening for decades.
Yeah.
So we grew up around a lot of these types of people, the white dread Oregonian hippie. And did you go to the country fair, Nate?
I've never been to the country fair, but I've lived here in Eugene, Oregon for almost 20 years now. And so like I know I don't need to go to the country fair to know what goes on at the country fair.
Yeah, I went as a bunch of kid. I went a bunch of times as a kid.
Yeah.
I've been as an adult. It's drum circles. Like the whole thing is drum circles.
I mean that's fine, right? Like a drum circle's okay. We're fine with drum
I'm
circles.
fine with drum circles.
Yeah.
It's just that whole like crystal woo-woo thing where it's a bunch of white people wearing Indian yoga pants. I don't like that very much at all. And crystals itself seems to have become an amalgamation of like Indian spirituality mixed with insane Atlantis stories.
No, hold on. We like I like Atlantis. I like the Atlantis stories that are going on with crystals.
Tony, do you know the history of Atlantis and crystals?
No, I did not know that. I mean, it makes sense that there's an association, you know. But no, was Atlantis powered by crystals?
That's exactly
Wow,
right.
you got it exactly
How
right.
did you know?
I mean, I had to assume. I had to assume, and of course, you know, it was just such advanced crystal tech that we haven't been able to figure that out, and that's because you know Big Duracell and all them.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
they don't
and
want to
did
see
you
its
know that?
crystals thrive.
I'm learning. I learned a lot about Atlantis through this journey that I went on.
Yeah,
with
we
crystals.
kind of deep dove into crystals real hard.
Yeah, so there is an evil Atlantis, Tony. I don't know if you were aware of the evil Atlantis of the continent of Lemuria.
Now, this is like a second Atlantis. Is it also? Because
It's not
Atlantis
the
wasn't
Atlantic
always
Ocean.
underwater. It's underwater now, right? That's the deal.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
let's start at the beginning. Atlantis has 7 continents.
Right, okay.
5
Yeah.
above ground, 2 underwater. They're all underwater now.
First used on the legendary continent of Atlantis, crystals became indispensable to the people of that time, who capitalized on their capacity to store and amplify any power source fed into them. In a manner still mostly unknown to modern-day scientists, large crystals provided lighting, power, and transport. Today, scientists are slowly rediscovering the power of crystals and are beginning to regain some of that lost knowledge obscured over the millennia.
And to date it, I think I was hearing like 100 million years ago.
Yeah,
So it was pretty long ago when Atlantis was doing its thing.
And I should say, I don't believe any of this. I have simply just picked up this knowledge, and I am going to impart it.
See,
with
I
y'all.
believe all of it because, you know, I think that my history is both like a realistic history, like a concrete, provable history, and a spiritual history.
So people believe that all humans are descendant from Atlanteans. They got into a battle with the Lemurians, and they used an ultimate crystal weapon which destroyed their society. That weapon was powered by pride and hubris, and the society fell. And now some of these crystal people believe that human souls only exist as Lemurian ghosts that are still trying to only exist because they want personal vanity and wealth. And anytime you come back to the corporeal human realm, you are only doing so to seek personal fame, when true Atlantean souls have passed on to the spirit realm.
Oh shit.
That's a huge ask. Like, you're already asking me to like accept the origins of humanity, and then you want me to do like the also kind of reincarnating like Buddhism angle.
Yeah,
that's too many things. I can maybe do one, and I won't, because I don't like this narrative where you know the origin of man is Africa. I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss anything that's not that.
Oh boy, you are.
But that might be self-serving.
You're not going to like the book, what was it, Psychic Archaeology, where the author posits that humanity was started 500 million years ago in California.
they might be onto something there.
And that crystals have a direct line to insulin.
Wait,
To
okay.
insulin.
Yep.
Did you get
God.
like an explanation with that? Like,
Nope.
Okay.
It's about as much as the Lemuria Atlantis bullshit. So I only bring all this up because that is a part of what these people sometimes believe, these crystal folks. And
there's layers.
I grew up around crystal folks. I know people that are deeply devout into like crystal healing,
like-
massage.
okay.
I've never heard the Atlantis side of this shit until I started looking into their theory.
But I don't think it's popular. I think most people that own and like crystals and crystal healing aren't about like that Atlantis life. They're not big Atlanteans. I guess because all the Atlanteans are moved on.
Yeah.
So are they
Yeah.
posers then? Are they even more posers? Or are they like appropriating even further?
Yes, and they've forgotten their heritage, their culture, the Atlantis heritage.
I mean,
is this the white culture that people are trying to preserve? Is this it?
Yeah, how we steal from all
or
the other
should
cultures.
this be it? Should this be it? Should we make this the one that we're trying to preserve?
I can't say we should preserve white dread culture.
well, it's like this.
True.
When you ask somebody like, so what kind of white culture are you looking to preserve and pass on to the future? They get really nervous about it because they don't want to tell you. It's a secret Atlantean lore that we're not supposed to share it. I don't know.
I know about it now, and I'm going to spread the fucking word all over.
I mean, I guess I don't know. That's not how you get to Atlantis heaven.
Look, I'm all fired up.
Yeah.
The other night, I took my Moroccan amethyst skull to work, and I was being all about the crystals that night because I decided to lean into crystal stuff. And
You've been doing it.
One of my coworkers was talking to someone on Tinder who happened to be a geologist, and I said, "Oh, does that mean he fucks with crystal?" So I took her phone and started texting this guy about the power of healing crystals, and he was losing his mind, mad at me. He's like, "No, I don't believe any of that." And it's like, well, you're denying the inherent power of quartz. Quartz vibrates at a different electricity, and you can program it to do all kinds of stuff. This phone you're using to text me, to sext me, is run on quartz. Crystals power this planet. And he unmatched. So I had to apologize to my coworker for losing that chat.
I love that. I love that. But that's the thing is like, there's a small handful of like woo woo things that I do, that I have embraced. First of all, like things like crystals, ideas are fun. Someone gave me a amethyst crystal because it's supposed to bring like goodwill to your house. It's on a mantle. It looks good out there. I'm not going to deny that. It's doing a pretty okay job. I needed to take its powers outside the house. That's kind of where I need some help. And then like also amber necklaces and bracelets. I do think that those do help toddlers, but that's because there is some sort of measurable effect on soothing. I guess it has like an oil, for lack of a better word. Well, and I watch it work on my kid and other people's kids. So like that's like the gift I give people when they have a baby, is I give them an amber necklace or bracelet or whatever. And but it's funny because when I do that, they're like, "Oh, you fucks with the crystals." Like, just this one. I'm sorry. It's like I don't, I'm the one who's like, no, I just smoke weed. I won't do any other drugs. That's just the weed for me. Just the amethyst bracelet for me.
I mean, not to like spoil the conclusion of our crystal journey. Like I like crystals. I started this whole thing because, like you, Tony, I dated a witchy lady, and there were crystals around the house that were charging constantly, and I was having not like I wasn't like having to buy into it. Like I think she was cool with me saying like I'm cool. I don't really need crystals. But she was disappointed that I wouldn't like want a tarot reading, or that I didn't feel like these crystals were doing much for me. And it got to the point where it's just like, fuck crystals. I hate crystals. I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. But now that I have a collection of crystals that were affordable.
Yeah, they were super cheap.
Myth number one is that I thought this was going to be like a big financial scam when we started doing it. Like, no, like this, what is it? This tiger's eye crystal. It's not a crystal.
It's a crystal. It's
Is it
technically
crystal?
crystal. Yeah,
Okay,
it
I
has
don't-
crystal
Apologies
structure
real quick. I gotta mute myself. My mother's calling me, and that's unusual, so I'm gonna answer.
Yeah, let's
No,
take a break.
Do it. We'll keep on talking.
I actually lied. There was like tons of pretense for her to be calling me, and I kind of forgot that until she called me.
No, you're good.
That's all right. My mom showed up to my house the other night while I wasn't here begging for me to take her to the hospital. And she banged on the door while Nate was taking a dump, and he sent her to the hospital.
Well, I pointed her to the hospital.
Not to just curious. Was your home so much closer than the hospital?
My home is near the hospital, less than a mile away. She had to drive past it to get to my house.
And
then
shout out moms.
Come to find out, she leaves the hospital before seeing a doctor. She got tired of waiting.
Yeah.
So
Is she okay? Is your mom okay right now?
let me tell you how this all started, and that'll tell you how she's doing. She called me begging me to come see her, to come take care of her because she's sick. She doesn't feel good. She's got the flu. She feels like she's dying. She wants to die. And then she left her phone on to my voicemail, and she started buying meth on the second half of that voicemail. So I got to see exactly how manipulative my mother can be. I can play the voicemail if you want to hear it.
Damn.
I'll
left
cut a little bit in.
receipts.
It's a different kind of crystal healing that your mother appreciates.
Yeah, my mother has embraced the crystal for my entire life.
So maybe that's your history with the crystal, is that the crystal healing around your house was different.
Look, I thought every family had a bowl of Sudafed sitting around that their dad would cook down into crystals.
Okay. Oh, cool. Your dad was around and cooked down your mom's Sudafed. Wow.
Sorry, I did a humble brag. That was on me.
Yeah. It's because you're currently wearing your poisoned ring.
Yeah, so we went to this crystal shop called Stargate.
Stargate.
Yes.
Smelled of patchouli, which was fine.
But it was a nice little shop. I liked being in it.
It was a cool little shop. I pick out my crystals. I go up to pay for them, and I look down in the display, and there's this sign that says poison rings. And I thought, huh. And I said to the lady behind the counter, it's like, can I see the poison rings? And she goes, nice choice.
Nice.
So she pulls out these rings, and there's like green stones on them. One of them has a red stone. I was like, huh, wow, poison rings. So
I think you thought when buying it that the poison ring was like you wear the ring and then you have bad intentions at somebody and they're poisoned.
That's how I thought it worked. So I bought one for myself. I surreptitiously bought one for Nate as well.
Yep.
So we have our poison rings.
Yep.
It was as we were walking out that, because I asked her what makes this a poison ring, and she said, oh, there's a clasp on it and it opens up.
Yep, that's what I was hoping.
So you can
dose poison?
You can do drugs.
Or give someone drugs, Tyler. You bought a sex assault ring.
So Nate immediately says, I can't believe you bought the sex assault ring, and explained how you could keep roofie in your poison ring.
Because, you're there to poison somebody.
Yeah, and, honestly, the amount of stuff you can keep in a poison ring is not enough to, get you high, but it is enough of a concentration to, do bad things to somebody else. That's a malicious ring.
Yeah.
I fucked up. And what's even worse, I didn't realize that. Nate immediately called it a sex assault ring. And then before we were recording, he's like, I bet if you turned the ring around and opened it from the bottom, it'd be easier to sex assault someone. I said, whoa,
No,
Nate.
I didn't say sex assault. I said that if you wanted to actually poison somebody, right?
Now I know what the poison is.
You turn it around and you slap someone real hard to open the clasp.
Also, real quick, I just want to clarify for the listeners. I think I can speak for all of us. None of us endorse that action. We're also aware that assassinations are kind of cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So poison ring might be back on top.
Full disclosure, I wore this to work the same night I brought my crystal skull to work. I kept walking around. I was saying, people just look at me different when I'm wearing my poison ring. And my coworker's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I would walk away because they can't say shit because I'm the boss.
No, but you brought up a real thing about crystals, is that the confidence that crystal gave you affected your day-to-day life. You were feeling stronger because you were in that poison ring.
Oh, I was in a rare mood that night because I was telling someone that I was into crystals temporarily, because that's how I was framing it. And she's like, oh, I love crystals. I was like, what kind of crystals do you have? And she's like, oh, check this out. This is my sunstone and my moonstone. I was like, you keep your sunstone and your moonstone together? You're dumb as hell. You can't be doing that.
Why not?
That sounds dangerous.
It is dangerous. They do very different things. They're charged very differently.
All right, then.
I have a sunstone and a moonstone right here if you'd like to see them. But
What is it? Is it are different stones like categorized as like sun and moon? Like all
yes.
amethysts are this, and all quartz are that.
Well, the moonstone itself is the stone of feminine energy and intuition and emotional balance. The sunstone is for empowerment, and it dispels negativity, self-doubt, and shyness, promoting optimism, confidence, leadership, and Ezra Klein's favorite thing, abundance.
Nice.
I mean, so like, is the sunstone for the fellas?
I mean, all these are for the fellas. Like, you can say any of these are for anything. That's kind of the whole thing of crystals, is they all mean everything.
I would just assume that if the moonstone is like feminine energy, like the sunstone would be masculine.
The most masculine stone, I think, is the tiger's eye, which you have.
Oh, hell yeah. I love my tiger's eye.
I was
bought
going
it
to say this rock hard cock.
Yeah, well,
Is the
I don't
most
have one of
masculine
those.
stone.
Yeah, we're soft over here today. Sorry,
I
Tony.
am referencing to one off screen. It's not mine.
Oh, okay.
It's just,
Okay,
there's
good.
just one in
It's
the
just
room.
there.
It's just peeking around the
That
corner.
is the most
Winks at
masculine.
you.
Yeah.
So you put the poison ring around that.
Can you do Kegels so good on your wiener that you can make the urethra blink?
Yeah, probably.
Blink.
Yeah. Or wink?
A little wink. You know, I've
Yeah.
never really paid attention. I'm going to have to give that one a shot.
Yeah, I probably will try it the next time I look down at my penis.
It's definitely what I'm picturing right now.
I'm going to say no because I haven't done like a voiceover over it talking. And I feel like if I could do that, that would have happened by now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I would immediately give it like a missed out fire. Hello. But
Can someone invent a prehensile penis, please?
okay, like, so since we're talking about it, like, people use crystals for sex, right? Like, there's some sex crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's tons of sex crystals.
Like, give me a sex crystal.
So
I'm having okay. So, Dr. Crystal, I'm having trouble in bed. My wiener is not so good.
boy, wouldn't you try this rose quartz, the love stone?
That's not helping me in sex.
And they often get shaped into sex toys.
Oh.
These crystals. So if you want a crystal sex toy, they are out there. I can provide you the links. Get in my DMs. I'll send you the crystal dildo site I found.
I mean, that feels like a little bit of a perversion of the spiritual energy.
How can it be a perversion to express and show love physically?
I mean, it removes the mysticism is all I'm saying.
I don't think sliming up your crystal removes any kind of mysticism. I think it enhances it.
Okay.
But I've
All
been
right.
on my crystal shit all week.
Yeah, no, you've gone head deep into it, and I admire it. So, like, how have you been exploring crystals for the last 2 weeks, aside from bringing up work and saying I'm going to poison you?
I did cleanse my crystals in rainwater.
Okay.
And I encourage you to do the same because we missed the full moon. We didn't get to cleanse our crystals with the full moon.
All right.
We had no moon water.
Yeah.
So we had to put it in the rain. You can bury your crystals to cleanse them. As long as you get them outside and the earth's energy in them, they are cleansed.
Okay.
So
how are you feeling? Like, you've been doing this for 2 weeks. Like, let's hear a report. Like, how'd it go?
I feel exactly the same, except I have more pretty rocks in my house.
Oh, don't be like that.
It's true. No,
You were
Like,
excited
it's
about
like-
it.
It's like Tony said. The coolest thing about these crystals is that they look cool.
Yeah.
I take no energy. I feel nothing when I touch them.
Really?
Yeah. What do you feel, Nate? I mean, yours have been sitting in a uranium bowl, so maybe.
Well, it's like, okay, so while we've been talking, I've been playing with this poison ring. I've been, flinging around my finger. I've been fiddling with it.
It's a fidget tool. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. And like, it makes me feel better. Like I'm doing stuff with my hands while I'm talking.
How's that off the energy base? That's like a physical thing you're doing with it.
Okay, but like, think about it in religious terms, right? Where I am like, feeling comforted by the power of that this rock might give me energy, right? So, okay.
Oh,
Here.
it's like a little. I was gonna say swastika, but I meant a cross. It's not a swastika.
Yeah, no, like, well, there's the good swastika, the Buddhist swastika.
Oh, right.
The other one, the good
Yeah.
one. Well, no, because like I'm holding this tiger's eye. It's gonna give me what? Confidence,
virility, confidence,
right?
Masculine energy.
You're right. So I'm just gonna like hold this rock and think of this, and then while I'm talking, like maybe I'll feel more confident. Maybe I'll talk with more authority.
It inspires courage and motivation to go after your dreams. It can also help relieve depression and anxiety, helping you to see more clearly. Tiger's Eye is effective in releasing worry and inner turmoil.
It doesn't sound
Shut
like
the fuck up.
No.
I think you're right though, in the sense that it is it is like religion in that like the belief is the power.
Yeah.
You know, like
that is what I have noticed doing all this research too. Like they put all these rocks on your chakras, and then do you remember the crystal surgery video we watched? We watched someone do energy surgery with crystals.
Well, so that's like an offshoot of what, Reiki?
Yeah.
Tony, like
what was the surgery? What were they handling?
So
did they remove a tumor?
So they took a quartz knife, held it above someone, opened their inner world.
Okay. Not physically. They didn't
No, they didn't cut anything open.
Nobody was touched during the surgery.
No. And then they just moved on to other tools and extracted the negative energy and dispelled it, all while waving crystal knives over someone, which was kind of fun to watch.
Can I get my insurance to cover this?
Well, Tyler, you're a nurse. You would know.
Yeah, placebo effect is quite strong. It can do a lot of good things, and that's all this bullshit is.
So your hospital could have like a crystal surgeon on staff, and like would be able to charge insurance for crystal surgery?
Doubtful. I think RFK Jr. is going to make this happen.
Okay, what about a naturopath? Bring it up a step here.
No, we won't have those.
Really?
Yeah. We don't do that there.
Point blank.
We don't do that at the hospital.
That was such a hard no.
Well, and all the crystal videos we did watch say, hey, this may help you, but it is no replacement for real medicine.
Responsible.
Yes, you cannot vaccinate your child with lapis lazuli.
And like, I'll give it credit. It's better than like the whole milk people, right? Because I think there's this acknowledgement that like it's here to help your spiritual energy, not your physical form, right?
Right. And I do think there's something to be said about exploring your internal world and the energy and what you draw your energy from.
Define energy, though. Okay, like that's where I'm like, what do you mean energy?
Like your motivation, why you get up, what you feel, why you feel what you're feeling, the things that motivate you or unmotivate you.
My psychological well-being.
Yes, your spirit, that intangible quality that you, Nate, gives you a soul, gives you some interaction with something bigger than yourself, bigger than the physical world. Put that fucking rock down.
No, I'm holding this rock because like, okay, like let me just put that energy into this rock.
I mean, also, I don't know if you noticed this, but right now you confronted him about the rock, and the rock was in his hand, and he had the tenacity and the will to tell you no immediately.
That's
Do
right.
we know if that would have happened without the rock in his hand? We don't know, and we won't know.
It's doubtful, but like it made me feel better. So like, what's the like? Cool. I'm glad I have the rock that makes me feel better. What a great rock to have.
My parents have rock that makes them feel better.
Yeah, but they use that rock though. It goes away. This rock is here forever.
I'm sure you could smoke that rock with a torch
I think
on
it lingers. I think that rock lingers a little bit. I don't know if it goes away. I think it kind of stays inside you a little bit forever in a much more tangible way than the one in your hand.
Yeah. Tony's right.
Well, I mean, that rock affects the body, not the spirit, I would say.
And that's fine. People that smoke rock, fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They raised me.
And they did
You
great.
were raised. Yeah.
I'm normal.
I can tell.
So Nate and Tony, let me pose this to you.
All right.
Do you believe there is some intangible energy either inside or from outside of yourself that motivates you, that powers you?
That's the question.
Yeah, but it's I mean, absolutely. I think so, but I think it's like humanity.
Okay.
Like that energy, you know? Like that kind of what does that for me. That's outside of me, you know? That's like my ultimate thing. And I don't know, maybe some people, I think that's kind of the thing about the crystals that bothers me, is it kind of like removes some sort of accountability. It kind of is like, well, no, I'm just going to go ahead and like take care of my space and make sure my space is pure and good. And then I'm solid. And there's not really a way to like spread crystal energy without making someone buy a crystal.
There's this. So I'll answer your question in a second, but like there is this like discussion that was happening in various YouTube videos of whether or not you should let people use your crystals, whether or not you should share your crystals. Like if somebody was drawn to a crystal in your collection, should you give it to them because they affect it with their vibes.
Yeah.
Right. And so, yeah, that kind of sucks, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it kind of sucks.
That's against the spirit of the whole thing, right?
Well, I mean, it's another method to make people look inside only and not focus on anything outside of them. If they can draw some sort of power from a rock that you buy, then hey, they're good. It's another way of, one, getting your money, and two, only caring about yourself. Because like Tony, I think I draw my extrinsic energy from the people around me. Like I've found more energy in having solidarity with other people and doing things with other people that I ever have alone with a rock in my house.
Yeah. Exactly.
I feel like so to answer your original question, do I feel like there is some sort of like spiritual energy?
Yeah.
Is that the way to boil it down?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. But like I feel that that there are things that give me comfort, right? Like I think that holding this rock and rubbing it gives me a sort of comfort, right? Like I feel at ease when I'm holding a cool looking rock. And if I impose
the divine masculine is what you're describing.
That's right, the divine masculine. No, I mean, like if I give some intention to the thing I'm holding and it kind of keeps it front and center in my mind, then yes, I think it is affecting my psychological well-being, right? Hanging around people affects your psychological well-being. Giving away your cool crystal to somebody that feels connected to it affects your psychological well-being, and like, oh, I helped that guy. That feels good, right? And so is it a crutch to own a crystal collection that you need to have your energies balanced? Like, yeah, it is a crutch. I think that like it's a safety blanket.
I think you're just describing a fidget spinner for people with white dreadlocks.
And maybe.
Well, it's funny because when you were talking about that, I was thinking about kind of there's like the masculine version of this now, which is those like tungsten cubes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where like for those who don't know, like it's usually like grind set men. They buy these tungsten cubes and they're fascinating because they're usually perfect cubes. They're like, they usually like laser cut somehow or whatever, and they're extremely dense. So like for their size, they're very heavy and they like symbolize like a power. And they usually cost a lot, so they have a value. And I think that's a lot of the same exact approach people give to these stones, to these crystals. Like the one I have, I appreciate it because it was a gift. So that's why I appreciate it. But if I were to have found that, that crystal that was the cut that I just fell in love with and spent a lot of money on it, I would also give it a power because it now has a value to it.
You spent like $1,000 on this thing. You better like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas my fluorite octahedron was $3.33, and I feel great. This is the bisexual's tungsten cube.
I'm blown away that this isn't there's no like financial scams around rocks, really.
I mean, there is.
But like they're rare.
So there is. We learned about one, moldavite. Tony, do you know what moldavite is?
No.
So a giant green meteor struck the Czech Republic 200,000 years ago.
Sick as hell. I love that.
And now they dig a green glass-looking crystal out of the Czech Republic, and it's called moldavite, and they sell it. And people were going gaga for it to the point where people were just sending them glass, like mailing them glass and calling it moldavite.
Wow. That's crazy. And like, how would you? I mean, you would probably know it's glass, but also like if it's something you don't have access to, you have no way of like verifying. What a hustle.
Well, and like the thing too is that it probably was glass. Hey Tyler, I got some fulgurite for you. It's glass with like some imperfections in it. All these crystals are they're just rocks. Like, what's the scam here? Like, yes, they look cool, but if that glass looked cool, then why does it matter?
So here's it matters because, and I'll go back to Atlantis.
Okay.
If you want Larimar, the Atlantis stone.
No, that's a Lemurian. Wait, no, that's right. Larimar is the Atlantis one. I'm sorry.
I've been in this crystal world longer than you've been alive.
Yeah, you do own the crystal skull, so you are the authority.
So Larimar is the Atlantis stone. They say that having a piece of Larimar is having a piece of Atlantis. That's why it's crazy expensive. And if you buy fake Larimar and you put your intention, your spirit into it, and let's just say it's real. There's some crystal magic that works. You are putting your intention in a false focus, and maybe you're not getting all the benefits you would feel. You might not know it because either one, you doubt, or more likely, it's all fake. So you should get the real stuff just in case.
Just in case, yeah.
Like I don't buy Kroger brand Dr. K. I get Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels more rare though. Like when I look at something like homeopathy, right? I like there's so many scams in homeopathy. Like I have these mushrooms that will cure your cancer kind of shit. Right. Whereas with crystals, like when we went to the crystal shop, I was like, okay, I'll maybe spend $15 on these crystals. I got away with like 5 sick looking rocks. What I have? A tiger's eye, malachite, a Dalmatian, like, these cool looking stones. And I think I walked away, like I gave her $5. She didn't have the right change, so she gave me 2 back. Right. Nice. I think it feels like it's just a community that does believe that they're helping people and aren't necessarily looking to make money off it because, they're there for good intentions.
So what do you think the crystal stuff with your ex bothered you?
It felt religious to me. Right. Honestly, it was like that in combination with like tarot readings where it was like, I'm good. I don't necessarily need to ascribe attention to this. Right. Okay. How about this? It is like a horoscope. Right. Mm-hmm. I can understand the joy of reading a horoscope and saying this is fun. Right. But when you start busting out the astrolabe and start saying, well, like Mercury's in retrograde, that's why my day is shitty. I'm like, I feel like this is causing you more problems than it's helping, right? And I think it was causing her more problems than it was helping because it's like, oh, Nate, you moved the crystal, right? Now the energies are off, or like, if I come home and I'm like, I had a shit day at work, like, would that affect the crystals? Would I be negatively charging her crystals now at this point?
So you were worried that your energy was affecting her spiritual world.
That she was thinking that my energy was affecting her spiritual world. Yeah.
Dang, that is some Inception level emotional bullshit.
That's what crystals do.
I don't know.
You have to play along a little bit, right?
I've never been with like a witchy woman long term. They've been casual encounters, you could say.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I before this week, I had one crystal. It's this quartz right here in my hand. I was having a really rough time in my life, and I went to dinner with some friends, and I was kind of like I was walking in my car. There was one friend that was kind of lingering. She was coming towards me. I'm like, oh, God, what now? And she just hands me this quartz right here, and she says, hey, I've noticed you've been having a hard time recently, and I just wanted you to have this crystal. I don't know if it'll help, but I just want you to have this. And I was like, oh, wow, that's very thoughtful. And I've saved it for a decade now.
Yeah.
I thought it was gone. I found it.
Now, see, that power isn't the crystal. The power is the gesture.
Yeah, the camaraderie I felt with my friend.
Exactly. What I'll say about my crystal girlfriend, my crystal witchy girlfriend, is this was at a time in my life where I was trying to be less cynical in my life. I was trying to be more open to these things. And I did let her, we did a tarot card reading, and I was like, cool, this is fun. I had fun with it. It was nice. I got water for her moon ceremony. I was with it. In this case, it backfired terribly. I don't know if that's a reflection of the crystals or just an interesting person who went about things strangely. But I think the thing that's different about these crystal things is this is where I'm gonna get woo woo on you. I'm not gonna go ahead and neglect spiritual practices, but what I will say is I think that a lot of the energy derived from that is a ancestral connection to whatever you're doing, and that doesn't really exist in these things. Not a lot of people. Now, if someone's like, yeah, my mother gave me this crystal that her grandfather gave her, then maybe that has something. Because I will say, I also dated another witch, a witch who might have practiced some sort of Santeria.
Okay.
And I do believe that she cursed me, and I think it worked. And so, in what way? What happened? It's just, it's just been a rough time since. It's been a rough time since, and she was not very stoked on me, and she did tell me that she was gonna curse me. So I think, but what I'm getting at here is, like I said, it's the lack of like ancestral connection, because you don't want to give too much credence to something like that because we're just people, but there is something about like you're making up a culture to feel a connection to something. And that something is like that something actually only dates back pretty recently.
Yeah, I think you keyed in on white people.
Yeah, exactly.
No, because because like the curse, our curse is that we will forever not have a concrete history, right? We're all just new construction, and so anything that gives us any sense of a history, Atlantis is 500 million years ago, and we came from there, right? Yeah. Like it gives us a sense of rooting and connection, which
and also
we don't got.
It circumvents African origins, and that's probably pretty convenient.
That's probably a big part.
Yeah,
of it
no,
too,
it was. Listen, it wasn't in Africa. Adam and Eve, they weren't there. They were white. They were from Atlantis.
That's right.
They've gone to Atlantic heaven now. I mean, yeah, like because ultimately, like. When I like, because I enjoy these rocks, I like having them. Yeah. I'm not gonna bring them back and return them. I think that there are people there that like are looking for a sense of cultural identity, right? Which is why crystals go along with the milieu of, I don't even know what you call hippie voodoo. A hippie mysticism.
Oh, Steven Seagal knows what it's called. He calls himself a mojo priest.
Maybe that's what you call it.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Did I just find my calling?
Yeah, you did.
Am I going to become a mojo priest?
So Tony, let me tell you what Nate and I stumbled on while researching crystals for men. There's so many.
We've known this for a while.
There's so many crystal influencers that are purely pitching towards women and femmes. And there's almost no manosphere crystal kind of influencer. And I think there's a money market there for dudes or masks who want to just be a little woo-woo. We could not find a single one.
I think I know how to do this. So, things like wearables, insertables, like that's a thing, and because like the bros don't want to put things in their butts. But maybe we can find a material, a crystal of sort that is strong enough that we can make sounding instruments.
Black tourmaline. It's grounded.
If we could convince somebody that sounding with like a tourmaline rod will make them more virile and up their T, and just get them way more punani.
That's the thing. If we can link it to increased
I think we can make a lot of money. Is what I'm getting at here.
Yeah, we could totally There's a whole type of person here who doesn't want to be a right wing chud, rise and grind piece of shit, but they want community and connection to something bigger than themselves.
Right. Yeah. Here's what we do. We say that we have found the frequency that will stimulate the human body to generate testosterone, and we have programmed it in this quartz. Yep. And what you need to do, and it's the only way, is that you have to get it close enough to your prostate, not the butt way, because that has bad vibes, because poop comes from there. Mm-hmm. No, instead it has to be the front, right? Yeah. And then you hit it with like a little instrument, and it makes it a ding noise, and that ups your T. It stimulates, and also it probably feels real good.
We could be the first men to ever offer spiritual growth hormone.
Yes.
We can do it.
Now, I want to make this clear. We're going to ruin a lot of penises, but we're going to make a lot of money.
I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, Men like risk,
so.
Yeah. We like to seek out risks, and I think it's worth it.
When I was going down the crystal mail hole, I found a guy named, what was his name? Dr. Ragnar Longo or something. Narco Longo. And he's like this big guy who's like, Florida's the center of the world. That's where Atlantis fell. We are above Atlantis. And I was like, oh, he's like a crystal guy. It took probably 4 Instagram posts for him to be like, Jews are running the world. We have to kill them all.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, this is how they slide into the right wing shit. It all just funnels directly into that shit because he's on what's that MMA podcaster guy, Jake Shields? Is that the guy?
I have no idea.
I don't care.
Brendan
He's one
Schaub.
of these. What's that?
Brendan Schaub.
Yeah, one of those like MMA right wing influenced Trump guys.
Yeah.
He's all over that guy's shit, talking about how crystals can be used to get rid of the Jewish menace.
The Astro Chads are now live. This is a series that Dr. Narco Longo and I were discussing, and we are currently launching.
It's so weird. But like it kind of makes sense that there's a crystal to white right-wing pipeline, right? Like
That's
Well, I mean,
so
I
funny.
mean, you look at these-
Hitler was looking for the crystal skull.
Yeah, and these woo-woo white women, like, there's a reason why in Oregon the vaccination rates are so low, why we have whooping cough and pertussis, because
That
these
part.
people
That
think
part.
that crystals will heal them and not medicine. So they swear off things that work in search of their own, like, their soul will heal them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know how to treat whooping cough. I don't like that I have to, and I also
Do you get that at work where like people are coming in as like, listen, I don't want any chemicals?
I have seen more whooping. yes, I have seen more whooping cough in more unvaccinated children at this hospital I'm at right now than I ever have in my career, and the parents are proud of it. Like the kids come in dying, and they're like, "No, of course we don't vaccinate our children. What are you, stupid?" And I'm just looking at them. I'm looking at this dying child right in front of me, and I'm like, "Man, you rolled really bad luck on this one, kid."
Dude, one of these people I met in this like these moms class, her child was born with Down syndrome, and she cut off ties with her mother because her mother vaccinated her, and that must have been how it happened.
Ugh.
It's deflection, right?
Isn't
Like,
that nuts?
We have to find a reason. You know, it can't just be random happenstance. I'm cursed, right?
Yeah, because
You
like
know,
that's
like,
like the whole thing. It's all this cope around. They don't want disabled kids, which
Yeah.
is fucking crazy.
If she had the right combination of crystals, her child wouldn't have Down syndrome.
But she did. She had all the crystals, my guy. This was an early goop adopter.
Oh God.
You know, like early, and it's like just that's it's just wild that's like that's a lot of the base of this cope and this anti-vax stuff is like, oh my God, you know, it's like God forbid you have an autistic kid.
Yeah, like she's just trying to make sense of the world, and you know she latched onto something that's horribly wrong.
It's
Yeah.
so
Right?
cool, so funny that these people think they're the best, they know everything, and they're really just practicing eugenics on their own children,
Yep,
killing them off.
Yep.
It's fucking insane.
It's insane.
Well, like it's because like the people that are really into like woo crystal things don't think of it like in the way that I think of it as like, oh, it's like psychological comfort.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it's like there's a science to it, right? Like these crystals are vibrating at a certain frequency that stimulates my pineal gland, that makes sure my child is hardy and strong.
Which it's really fucked up, because let's just get into the science of it pretty
Okay.
briefly.
What you just want to say crystals at war?
Yeah, Nate and I watched a How It's Made from the 40s called Crystals at War.
One of the most beautiful and useful of minerals is rock crystal or quartz. Quartz is brilliant and clear in its pure form, but it takes on colors and tints when it contains traces of impurities. Once used principally for decoration, it is today more than a thing of beauty. When cut into tiny pieces, it controls the frequency of radio transmission and reception.
Yeah.
When it focused on how America shaped quartz into radio transistors to help win World War II.
Oh, awesome. That sounds awesome.
You would think so, but no. Like, it was just an hour of people grinding down quartz.
Yeah.
And
I think it's really cool that quartz itself does conduct electricity and does conduct energy. Like, that's really fucking sick.
well, and crystal people are all over it, right? Because they want to be able to link this to real science.
Yeah.
Every video that we watch says like crystals are in computers. Crystals are in computers, you guys.
Yeah.
It's a real technology. So believe everything I say.
But why does it stop there? Why does it stop there? Like, why is it not like, yes, this is awesome. This is an element. Do you know what we can do with elements? Do you know what we can do when we combine elements?
Yeah.
Do you know the things we can accomplish? Do you understand like how what science is? Why does it stop there? And I think a lot of it is because they'll never have like a particle collider, but they can have some quartz.
Tony, you're a smart guy. I haven't nodded harder in like a couple weeks here because, yeah, you're right. Like, why does it stop? Because like aspirin is natural. Like aspirin, you can make aspirin.
You
like,
can make aspirin.
You can, you know, like have it be a fun experiment if you want to, because it comes from the ground. You can grow aspirin, right? But like for some reason, the disconnect stops there. It snaps because it doesn't look pretty.
I want the trad wife. I want the trad wife who cooks for her husband. I want her to make homemade aspirin for him.
Honestly, though, yeah, that could be a new fetish. Like the home chemist.
So what I'm hearing is that my dad was a feminist in the way he made drugs for my mom.
Yeah,
I'm glad you understood what I was getting at there.
Yeah, all right, yeah. That's fair. And they do all point to that as the quartz is like, well, quartz is used in everything. It runs the planet, which is true. And then I was like, well, what else does crystal, like, how else do crystals run the planet? So I looked at my own job, being a nurse.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I work with crystals here? And then I realized I absolutely work with crystals.
All your medication's probably a crystal of some sort.
Well, here's the thing. IV fluid, saline. It's an isotonic crystalloid because the sodium is crystalline.
What, bismuth? Like, bismuth is a thing?
Yeah.
Right. What is it, a laxative?
Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, okay. I think it goes back to this idea of it needs to be simple, right? It needs to be something that I can understand because I need control over this, right? It's this idea of as soon as it transforms into something I don't understand, I no longer have control over this, right? Which is why, like, you know, sorry, I won't give a vaccine, but I'll let my child get sick, right? Because I know that there's a germ there that gets my child sick. But a vaccine includes so much science that, like, I don't know, maybe they're putting dead baby parts in there or chips, micro machines. I don't know.
you know, we are kind of ignoring a pretty major factor in these people that we're talking about. Is a lot of these crystal people are also Christian.
Yeah.
So there is an element where when these things fail, when putting an onyx on my kid's forehead does not like cure their yellow fever, like that's also God's plan. So there's like a fail-safe built into it. You know, it's such a convenient thing, and I wish I wish they would just take a step back and acknowledge that the aesthetic is fun and that's cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm an aesthetic, you know, I love aesthetic, you know, obviously I'm who doesn't? So like, I wish they would just do that.
This rock looks fucking sick. It is like this kind of pinkish purple, black speckled rock. I love it. I want to make it into like a necklace. I'm not a necklace guy.
Oh yeah. Like when I took my crystal skull to work and it was on my desk and like visitors would approach me and I'm standing there. I'm 6'7" with a crystal skull on my desk. And I'm like, what do you need? And people were like, whoa.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, I think part of the healing is that it looks sick as hell.
Yeah.
Right. But if this stuff looked ugly, right? If instead of like crystals, somebody decided that was clods of dirt, like I have this mound of clay on my desk, and this is healing clay, it would be less popular, right? Like there's an aesthetic quality to it that needs to be a part of woo methodology. Otherwise, it doesn't catch on. And like, I don't know. Like I have a hard time being angry at crystals more than other woo family members.
Hey,
because
hold on real quick. You got to hit the second woo. You got to do woo woo because woo methodology is an entirely different thing, and we're not gonna knock woo methodology.
No. Okay. You're right. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Woo woo.
Because see, Wu Tang's for the children, and woo woo is really bad for the children.
Yes.
I would rather the children smoking woo bangers than not getting vaccinated.
Correct. Objectively correct.
I'm learning all sorts of things today. But like, I think that crystal people, like, they acknowledge that this isn't going to cure cancer, whereas homeopathic medicine they don't acknowledge that this mushroom won't cure cancer.
Well, I mean,
right? Like because like no, really, like even in all the videos we watch, they're saying like, listen, this won't solve your physical problem.
Nothing that we sell, nothing that we talk about should be in lieu of medical advice. If you have a medical condition, then seek a doctor. Like, that's why doctors exist. If we're talking about something metaphysical, that's why crystals exist. It's like Wi-Fi.
They were very clear on it in every video because they knew that. I feel like there was both like the legal thing of like, don't sue us, but also the moral responsibility of I don't want that on me because I believe in energies.
And it's
right.
I mean, it's all just this slippery slope because this leads to like, well, if this crystal worked, maybe this other stuff will work too. Maybe I don't need that vaccine. Maybe Jews do run the world and we should kill them all. Like, it all leads towards that like soft eugenics, hateful side of who we are as a people.
Yeah, like, so you're saying slippery slopes are real? It's a gateway drug.
I think so. Like, I think if I were to get any more into crystals than I am right now, I think I would be easily influenced by like hot people being like, well, why don't I try to realign your root chakra? I'm like, root chakra? That's the penis one.
All right.
Yeah. Straighten me out.
So, fellas, let's the most intimate thing somebody can do to you is show you their mineral collection. Right?
I'm understanding. I'm understanding your form of intimacy more than I think I ever have when think that's
but
true.
No, really, like the relationship has hit a different level. If you're like going over to her house and she's like, okay, listen, I want to show you something. I didn't want to show you before because, I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but here's my collection of crystals. Right? Like your relationship has progressed. You've moved on to a different layer.
Yeah, but there's also crystals that you can put inside your partner, and they are pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole nother level. That's even more intimate. Some might argue.
I feel I've never put a crystal in anybody. Should I?
It's good to
should
have
I do
goals.
that?
They make like actual toys like out of crystals.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
they're
that's
cool.
not a common thing though. Like, it's
they
not like
look
I'm gonna
really
run
beautiful.
into that.
They look really well. The thing is, they are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, because if that's one of the things. If you don't get an expensive one, you might get a shitty one that actually has like resin in it, and is just gonna like not be safe.
Okay.
But those are pretty cool. And like I don't know, that type of texture does some pretty cool stuff. So yeah, check those out. Check out crystal toys.
Writing this down.
Also, glass suffices. By the way, glass suffices everything I'm really talking about.
Writing. I'm learning. Glass devices.
Nate, have you stuck a device in anyone before?
No.
Really?
Yeah. No. It's never come up.
Dang.
Because like I don't know. I date science chicks. I don't know what to say. Actually, that's not true because I was just talking about my witchy relationship. So it's just like, I don't know. Like, how often does it? I didn't know it was a thing that often comes up.
It's come up for me, and I've only hooked up with woo-woo girls.
Okay. Well, damn.
You gotta, man.
Like,
well, honestly, I think all that we're hearing right now is that we needed assistance where you got it under control.
Nate got it done in
You're
one.
doing just fine.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
I get a little
I don't
tap
know.
on the shoulder saying, I think you need a little backup.
It's important to have both yin and yang. Come over to my side, I'll go over to your side.
Okay.
This is
all
rose
about
quartz.
balance.
It's fully charged. It's going to get you where you need to be.
All right. So speaking of charging crystals, we're all fellas here. Tyler, I think it's time we revisit some old internet history about charging crystals.
Yeah.
To kind of cap this off.
I was waiting for you to bring this up. So this is a very famous post from online.
All right.
It's a Craigslist ad from years ago. Tony, you may be familiar. Title, Charge Up in J.O. 38, Houston. The crystal I wear around my neck contains an essence that gets recharged when I jack it with a bro who also has a crystal. It gives me confidence at work, home, social situations, etc. Nobody knows it's a J.O. crystal but me and my bros. I've seen it glow white while jerking it with a bud. That's how I know this is real. You can come over for as long as you want, but I need a picture of you, preferably wearing a crystal before I waste my time.
That's right.
And he's provided a picture of his crystal and him shirtless. And it's a generic looking middle-aged white man with a barbed wire tattoo around one bicep.
Hell yeah.
We love this guy, right? This guy's cool.
You ever like hear something and you're like, do I even have friends? I don't even know. Are my friends even my friends? Could we have been charging crystals together the whole time?
So here's the thing, Tony. I'll be completely honest right now. At the start of this whole experiment, I have been wanting to ask Nate to try this.
To charge a crystal?
But I don't think you would.
To charge a crystal?
Yes. We don't have to look at each other. We just have to jail in the same room with a crystal.
Room.
Same room is what changes the equation here. Like if it was just like, kind of a medical situation, or like go into this room and come back in 10 minutes, yeah, I would do that.
So what do you think it means when he says, when I jack it with a bro who also has a crystal? We have probably jacked it at the same time, but not knowing it.
Yeah, probably. Like, what? We've been roommates for how many years?
A long time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's how you guys are gonna know next time. You guys are both gonna be jacking it, and your crystals are gonna start glowing, and you're like, oh.
Maybe that's how we know when it's like, oh, Tyler's doing it. I gotta stop. The crystal's glowing.
Basically, all I'm saying is that I'm open to it.
I mean, same room though. I don't know if I'd be able to do it.
We don't have to look at each other. I know you don't like dudes. It's fine.
I'm just like saying.
Can I see it?
No. Well, it's like it's like this. If I'm taking a shit in like the same bathroom where you're taking a shit, I think it would be scared in. I think it would kind of go back in. I'd turtle. And it's because I'd be nervous.
It'd be well. I think the crystal will get you through it. You can hold that tiger's eye in one hand.
If it were to glow, like if it actually glowed,
that's
I would have to complete. I would have to do it.
Yeah.
Because
that's what I'm saying. It might glow. Like, I think if you told 13-year-old me and my bros, I think we're jerking off in the same room all wearing crystals that night at the slumber party. Like, just see if it glows. Just for that.
I've jerked off in a room you've been in while you were sleeping. I've done that.
Yeah, but that was in high school, though. Everyone was doing that.
Yes, high school.
But you didn't have crystals. You didn't have crystals.
It didn't have a crystal.
If it honest, that's the thing though. If you could prove magic to me, but the only way to prove magic to me is if we both jerked off, then I would have to. I would have to do it as a curious man.
I honestly don't know why you're so against confidence at work, home, and social situations.
You know what? You're right. Like, I've always been complaining about my lack of confidence. Maybe this is the way I do this. I don't know.
I knew you wouldn't be into it. I knew you don't have the mental fortitude to do it.
Wow.
So I didn't ask.
All right. So you call me a coward. You say I'm not strong enough to do it.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You coward. Jack off with me.
You think anybody read that ad and just went and bought a crystal?
It's so famous. Somebody has tried to do this. Like outside of the Craigslist area where this was posted.
But I mean, like Houston. The initial response. Like, I feel like if I'm like, if because like I said, I did the tarot card reading for, I tarot card rode myself into some pussy, Mm-hmm. I would also, if I was looking for that, I would also wear a crystal my way into a jerk off sesh.
Yeah. And it's not like we're jerking each other off.
No. I understand the mechanics.
You're also making a new best friend. You just charged your crystal together.
No, it's not even the sexual connection. It would be the emotional connection that would upset me. It would be like, oh no, I've ascended this friendship that we've had into the spiritual plane.
It's not about a sexual thing. It's about charging our crystals while jacking off.
It's about doesn't even say we have to jerk off crystal. No one's gonna know it's a jerk off crystal except for you and your bro. It will be a secret. It will just be powerful.
He even says in the end, no one will know it's a JL crystal.
I love it. Just like,
no, we gotta stop. We gotta stop doing it. I need to escape. I feel like I'm being cornered.
I knew you couldn't do it.
I'm being cornered.
I knew you couldn't do it. That's why I didn't ask. I was gonna pressure you all week.
Two bros are like peer pressuring me to charge their crystal. That'd
It's
be
charging each other's crystal.
Honestly, with this energy right now, I don't think it's a good idea. You guys charge a crystal together right now.
Yeah, I've totally fucked the energy in my stones by
I
yelling.
think you need to do some work. You're gonna turn your jack off crystals into jack off poison crystals.
Yeah, they would be evil energy. Like it's
A poison cock ring. That's what we need.
it's something you come to naturally. You can't force it.
Yeah. So have we said everything we need to say about crystals and the crystal people?
I think we got to the real bits. I think that there's some comedy bits on the table. Like I wanted to make an evil crystal, but that's fine. We don't need to talk about that.
I think if you do want to make the evil crystal, now you got to do it.
Like jerk off?
Yeah, you do got to charge the crystal.
You have to betray who you are completely
Yeah.
to make an evil Jo crystal.
Yeah, exactly.
It glows purple.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of one of my favorite jokes. You know the difference between pink and purple?
What's that?
Grip. Thank you for the pity laugh, Tony.
Right,
I liked it a lot. I liked it a whole lot.
I feel like we need to rank this. We need to.
I ended up not hating the crystals themselves very much because cool rocks look cool.
I've discovered something about myself, which is I actually do like minerals. Because like there's a history of these things, and I think part of that is due to Witchy Girlfriend, because like I think it went hand in hand with like geology, and I like the idea that like this tiger's eye might be millions of years old, right? Like the a millennia of pressure that the Earth put upon this rock has made it look cool, and I think that's humbling. I like that.
Yeah.
So
because science is cool. Yeah. That's why. Because science is cool.
Science is cool.
That's
like
what you just said right now.
The whole world came together to create these little rocks that are now in my house. And it's not just, I mean, they didn't appear like this. Human effort like grinded them into the shape.
Yeah, sure.
Polished them, made them look sick as hell. And
right. And it almost cheapens it to say, but you know what? Like it's magic. like no, it is the collective effort of millions of years of history of this planet fucking melting down and solidifying and grinding up and then exploding in a glorious volcano of passion.
That's what I'm trying to do to get our crystals charged, but you're not about it.
No, I'm not about that because like that takes seconds. I need a millennia. It's about time, really. And so like I don't think crystals doesn't belong on this list because if we put it like it's high, but instead. Like I want to make this more about crystal people, right?
Yeah.
Like my parents, or you mean like woo
woo?
Okay.
And I think that crystal people are
bad. Are bad.
They're bad, but like even then, I think that there are worse people on the list here. I think that they're more of the emotionally insecure types, where they're leaning too hard on something that they've assigned magical significance to, when really they should just kind of be like doing some internal searching and thinking about their feelings and how they feel about the world.
And they should be vaccinating their children, to be clear.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
They should be having medicine.
100%.
Confront reality. And so, Tony, what's your vibe? What energy are you thinking about where this should go on this list?
Like I said, we're talking about crystal people, and I do think that unfortunately a large swath of crystal people are dangerous people, who are affecting our general welfare. Not inherently because of the crystals, but they usually go hand in hand. So I think that part does need to be acknowledged, for sure.
Yeah, because if you can believe that a rock is what's controlling the energy of the world, you can believe some really stupid shit.
Yeah. And they do, and that's the problem.
And they do. And like it's harmful shit as well. Like people make crystal elixirs where they put these crystals into water and sell them, not realizing that putting some of these crystals in water create poisonous byproducts that hurt you.
Yeah, dog. Yeah.
Yeah. When in reality, like maybe you just need some vitamin D. You know?
That's right.
Get some B12.
Yeah.
Don't put crystals in your water. So if thinking of that, like if we were ranking homeopathy, it would be lower than crystals.
Yeah.
Crystal people, I think. In my mind, but we'll talk about that later, maybe.
We definitely should. That and chiropractic. Oh my god.
So are we like putting this like in the middle of the list, in the upper half? lower half.
I would put it in the bottom half. Like I'd say it's below Costco guys.
Really?
Yeah, because
Okay.
Costco guys can only do so much harm.
They did harm to one person, whereas crystal people maybe have done harm to many.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
Is are crystals worse than September 11th, 2001?
Maybe that's where we start.
I think that there might be a cause and effect there as well. I think that there was a general nihilism that swept the country after 9/11 that might have eventually ended up in crystals. So
a lot of bad energy flying around at that time.
So I'm going to tell you a nerdy, quick, very crystal 9/11 story.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Tony, for this, but in the Stephen King Gunslinger series, they hide an evil crystal at the bottom of the Twin Towers, and Stephen King says that's why the towers were destroyed, because there was an evil crystal under the towers.
So what you're saying is I'm wrong. The cause and effect is the reverse, and the crystal people are worse than 9/11 because they caused it.
I would say that I would put them between Adam Carolla and big trucks, honestly. The crystal people.
That actually does make sense in that sandwich. All those things are on the same parking lot somewhere.
Because, I mean, as bad as the crystal people are, we can't neglect that there are some good ones, and maybe sometimes these little crystals make people feel better about themselves, make them better to interact with their own world or the world around them.
Yeah, right. Like I am like, susceptible to like over cynicism, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm a very cynical person, which is bad, right? Like I feel like it holds back some of my better qualities because I'm cynical about things. And so adopting a little woo-woo might be good for me.
Yeah.
And Tyler, when you were at the crystal shops, the lady behind the counter who's very nice gave you a rose quartz.
Yeah, the love crystal.
Yeah, hell
So I mean,
she didn't give you a love crystal.
No, like
she
what
gave me a love crystal.
What does that mean?
And like honestly, one of the nicest things anyone's ever done for me was give me this quartz when she said, "Hey, I recognize you're having a bad time. I want you to feel better. I want you to have this so you feel better." And that was a really beautiful act from someone who I didn't know was super woo-woo.
Yeah.
But when I finally went to her house, her house was covered in crystals.
But it's because she's a kind person, not because she's a crystal person.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
Like I think we're talking about the people that are deep down in the hole, that are now doing crystal surgery, that are ascribing too much on these crystals.
Crystal people are not a monolith.
Yeah, I've been saying it for years and nobody believes me. Yeah. I don't like Adam Carolla. However, I think you're right. I think it's in between those two.
Yeah.
So congratulations to our number 37th, new number 37, Crystal People. Now there's a secret hidden around here, which I wasn't expecting to add on here, but I think it's appropriate. Songs from the Crystal Cave.
When the girls start to strut, you could look at their butt, you shouldn't do that. The girl dress is just a pity, not just there to cover her kitty.
Steven Seagal's album, I think we have to separate out.
Where's War Crimes on the list?
I think it's pretty bad. Is it worse than smoking? How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because at
worse
least
than
smoking can be sexy and look
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
No, yeah. I don't know if I after hearing Steven Seagal say punani, I don't know if I'm going to have sex for a while. I'm not sure. And tomorrow's Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
and I'm on the fence about it.
So you want the punani, so you just need to find someone who wants the buddy.
No,
Buddy,
because like
yes.
the problem is that she wants to be buddies with this person,
That's
but like he
not
wanted the
what-
punani. That's what I understood from the
When
song.
she said buddy, she was saying body. She wasn't talking about a friend.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I'm learning and I'm growing. So congratulations to our new number 53, Songs from the Crystal Cave.
By Steven Seagal. Oh God,
it was important. I felt like it was way worse than Crystal
And
People.
do yourself a favor and never listen to that album, listener.
Don't do it.
It's not great.
Don't do it.
We'll have a link in the show notes.
We
don't
will.
Don't touch that.
Don't
link.
do it.
Don't do it.
That link.
Tony, is there anything you would like to plug? I will plug something for you. I thought your stand-up set was really funny.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're doing a bunch of comedy these days. Being as that Jake Flores lives by me He's been doing some stuff, and then a couple other people moved to town. We're gonna get active. We're gonna do some comedy. So keep a lookout for that. It's been fun. Hoping to get better at it. Yeah. Thank you. That's improv. I will not be doing
that's
that.
not comedy.
Yes, and.
I will not be doing that. But yeah, so that's been pretty fun. Thank you for that. I was able to film a small set that I did last week, and I've been releasing little clips from that. And the whole thing is available on the Patreon. The Patreon for Word is Bond TV, my podcast.
Yeah, I was about to say
we will add links in our show notes as well.
That does come out sometimes, and it's always worth it when it does.
Yeah, absolutely.
So get on that, and follow me everywhere else. I'd be doing stuff. So, Word is Bond TV, most places. Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess the one thing I want to ask before we get out of here is, Nate, is there any way I can get you to charge a JO crystal with me? Is there any way?
Well, like I said, if it actually glows, like if it for real glows, like
so if I got that quartz that glows different under a certain light, you would charge that crystal with me?
No, because it would have to glow from our, our JO energy.
I think you guys need to visit the shop before you really have a final option. You need to ask about mutually charging crystals. Maybe you can use some sort of coded language.
And maybe the woo-woo crystal woman who gave me the love rock will maybe want to bridge our friendship, as it were.
Exactly.
We didn't even tell the story about how he went into the shop wearing a wire.
Yeah, we did smuggle in a microphone and record some stuff.
Also, I don't know if the JO crystal is gendered. I don't think it has to be. I think just two people need to jerk off in the same room wearing crystals.
Yeah.
So let's get open minded over here. Let's go crazy.
Yeah. Jerk off or juice off.
Maybe there's a 3-way crystal charging happening soon at the crystal shop.
Yeah, and if you sign up for our Patreon, patreon.com/Hatreon, you may be chosen to be the third in Nate's and my crystal charging.
Yeah, if we hit a certain goal, I guess we'll
Hell yeah.
like have a charging session.
Now that you've said that, I'm gonna get someone to do it.
We're just gonna have a charging session, I guess, because that's just where my life's at. Is just like I get peer pressured into charging crystals.
Honestly, I don't know if you'll ever get peer pressured again after you charge this crystal.
Yeah, it'll be I will be done.
I've
been completed.
I've been feeling pretty down these days, and maybe that's the thing I'm missing is just a JO crystal energy.
Yeah, get down with me. Charge that crystal.
Yeah, I thought it might be depression.
You said you're feeling down. I know a great way to improve your confidence at work, at home, in social situations.
Yeah,
and it involves a crystal.
We should rank this lower. I'm going to go back. Normally we say that we're not going to rank the crystal, that we don't change the list, but you're right, actually. I think that this is how...
Oh, man, I became an evil crystal guy wearing a poison ring pressuring you for sex stuff.
Yeah, maybe...
Wow. Maybe we got to get rid of these fucking crystals.
You got to get rid of those
crystals out of the house.
That was too easy.
Holy shit.
That was so easy.
God damn.
You were too good at that.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 days into this, Tony, I was like, yeah, I've got my crystal skull. I'm wearing my crystal outfit. And Nate goes, you've been into crystals for 2 days and you're already a warlock.
Hell yeah. That's good.
Sorry, I ended it, Tony. You were saying something?
No, I was just saying that's good. I'm just saying I'm proud of you.
It's important that we force the guest to listen to the song every time.
It's important.
Yeah.
At least it's good.
Yeah, right.
I don't like how evil the crystals made me, but I do like these Chinese iron balls.
Oh, see, it flew out of your hand because your energy's all off. You just want power.
Over you.
Yeah, I don't like that.